Nobody yet? Make sure when you come in the room, you give us a like or a comment so that we know you're there. That's the only way we'll know that you're there. All right. Hey, Facebook. It's a little bit of a delay. Okay. Hey, Facebook. What's going on? We are Gems to Money. We're gonna wait a few minutes and let people come in. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we're gonna give people a few minutes, let them come in, comment, like, hit the hearts, hit the likes, hit the emojis, so we can know that you are in the building. All right, let us know that you're here. All right, let's see. Okay, this is our first live, so y'all bear with us, okay? All right.
And grab your pens and your papers while we're waiting for people to log on.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, look like we got some viewers. Let me see if I can see who they are. Oh. Okay. And yeah. Hey, Patrice. So, thank you so much. Team SOA in the house. Team 101 represent. Oh, man. So how was your day today, Monique?
Pretty good. I can't complain. Just been in the moment, honestly.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, we got somebody joining on Facebook. Who's that?
Okay. We have Miss Davis joined.
Hey. Hey, Miss Davis. Welcome to Gems to Money.
Hi.
You are in for a treat. All right. So we're going to give it a few more minutes. But yeah, so your day is going pretty well.
How about you?
It's so great. It's a loaded question. Let's see. What's today? It's a Tuesday. Mm-hmm. What do we say? It's Tuesdaying. So I believe I have it shared on my personal page as well. Let me go ahead and check real quick. Okay. All right. I believe it is shared on my personal page. Hey Tina, how are you? So yes, it is for Facebook. It is shared on my page, and on Instagram. For those who are on Instagram, it is shared on Monique's page on Instagram. So we're simultaneous. All right. Thanks, Lynette. Lynette Garris in the house. Hey, Lynette. Oh, my gosh. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, man. Yeah, so it's Tuesday. And you're a mom like me, right? Mm-hmm. Like, you ever feel like you just have to pick and choose your battles sometimes?
Absolutely, all the time.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, every day. I feel like it's okay, all right, I don't want that. Okay, all right. Hold on one second, y'all. It's some things popping up I do not want to see. Okay. All right. We are fine, Tina. Thank you. Okay. All right. Make sure as you come on in, make sure you're commenting, hearting, liking, all that good stuff. We're going to get started probably in about another couple more minutes. All right. But yeah, as a mom, I didn't, before I was a mom or before my kids got older, I would, when I would hear other moms say, oh, well, you just got to pick and choose your battles, I was just like, yeah, whatever. Like, my kids got to do what I say do, and that is that. Okay, so let me tell y'all, as a mother of 3 teenagers, I said 3. Okay, I put up 4 and I said 3. All right, bruh man, from the fifth floor. As a teenager of 3 kids, you definitely pick and choose your battles because it's just only one of you, or if you're a couple, it's only 2 of y'all, and if it's more than 1 kid, you just gotta pick and choose. You just gotta pick and choose. So, hoping that little screen ain't gonna keep popping up now.
But
I
it's
don't
all
know.
good. It's all good. We're gonna work through the technical difficulties tonight.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, all right. So we got some viewers on here, and let's see. All right, let me see what's going on in my world, in my Facebook page world. Okay. All right. So all those Facebook friends of mine, y'all know who y'all are. Please log in. Thank you. It'll bless your life. Trust me. Trust me. All right.
Okay. Hey, Miss Heartworks. I see you have joined. How are you?
Hey, Miss Heartworks, what's going on? You need to be in on this too, Miss Heartworks. Trust me. The next one we gonna bring you in. Okay, we gonna make this, a threesome. Because I think you have some very valuable.
I don't know if we were supposed to say that.
Oh, okay, sorry. Sorry. I'm sorry. But Miss Heartworks, definitely expect a invite for the next one. Hey. So, all right. So, you know what? I think it's time for us to get it cracking. All right. And, of course, as people... Okay. Of course, as people chime in, they can also log on as well. So, welcome. Great evening, everyone. And I'm so glad that you took the time to watch and listen with us today. My name is Jen.
And I'm Monique.
And we are Gems to Money. Top that. Moms and money. I'm just saying. But anyway. We're here to talk about all things money. All right? So tonight we're going to focus our discussion on retirement and the taxes related to them, okay? So just a little bit about me, Jen. I'm an accountant by trade, but I've been fascinated about money since I was a kid, not so much, well, it's kind of good to have it, yes, but I've been fascinated more so with how it works and kind of how it tells a story. And, like I said, I'm an accountant by trade, but I really it wasn't revealed my passion and my purpose until COVID, when we were all shut down and all we had to do was sit with our thoughts. And so it really became apparent to me, what am I supposed to do with this gift that I have? And so it therefore encouraged me to have a passion to provide financial education and tools to kind of help people in my community and abroad become financially free and definitely create that generational wealth, make that thing a generational thing. So Monique, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Hey, so I guess the true thing about Gems to Money, like we're like in sync, literally, right? So when I met Jen not even a year ago and found out that she was an accountant, I was like, wow, that's crazy, because I'm a tax professional, been a tax professional for over 14 years, right? So same like she said, I've always been fascinated with money. Anybody that knows me personally know, like, I'm the go-to person. Monique's going to make sure everything's in order financially, right? So today I just wanted to come to bring awareness to our community about finances, right? Because, as growing up, our parents and grandparents didn't have the financial education, right? So they're just kind of like winging it, teaching, what they know. But, once we get older, we have to step back and say, hey, how are we going to get ahead in this financial game, right? So we have to educate ourselves. So in order to educate yourself, you have to read, you have to get around the environment, you have to get around the people that's willing to see you succeed and see you win, right? So I've always had a passion for helping people, right? So I said, well, the faster I learn about money and learn how to get ahead and win, I can help my community win, right? So I was like, yeah, I'm on this road and on this path to learn what I need to learn, because I want all of us to win. So, you know, again, I've had this background in as a tax professional for over 14 years, and I just knew that I needed to get more education to bring the full picture to my clients and, you know, to the community and the people that just are really uneducated about finances. So that's why I'm here today.
Awesome. That is amazing. High five to Gems of Money. I'm telling you. So our plan for Gems to Money is that this is just the beginning, y'all. Like, this is really just the beginning. So there'll be more discussions, hopefully more lives.
Yes,
To come, okay? And obviously, you know, you are able to comment and so on and so forth as we continue our discussion. And so if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments. If not, feel free to DM either one of us on our respective pages, and we'll be sure to answer your question as soon as possible, all right? So let's get this thing going, okay? Let's get this thing crack-a-lacking. So, for those of you who follow me on social media, you know I'm always posting about personal finance, money, all that good stuff, right? But let's talk about retirement, okay? I ran across this post a few weeks ago. I probably posted it on my story from Yahoo Finance about the percentage of workers rating their retirement savings, right? And so I'm sitting here like, I know what that means, you know, withdrawing the money that was intended for retirement earlier than expected. And so a couple of those stats are from Yahoo Finance, of course, are that more than a third of workers in America have either taken a loan, had an early withdrawal, and or hardship withdrawal, right? So let's take a step back. What is this retirement savings that we're talking about? And so that stems back to what's considered like a three-legged stool. Like, I don't know if you guys have heard about that before or not, but it's kind of a coined term out here in the financial world to kind of describe retirement savings as a whole. And so first you have Social Security, which right now that's a little bit of a shaky leg, the stanky leg, you know what I'm saying? That's a little bit of a shaky leg because, you know, analysts are predicting that Social Security could run out of their reserves, which is how they pay people, as early as 2033, which is, what, about 9 years away?
Yeah.
So, you know, for those who are going to be turning 65 in more than 8-9 years, and even those that are going to be turning 65 in 8 to 9 years, it's time to come up with something different if that's your only source. And so that second leg was originally considered pensions. And so before I got acclimated to the financial world, I didn't really know what a pension was. And from talking to various people and discussing it, you know, I realized that it's what's considered a defined benefit plan. And that's the technical term, which means that the employer determines that if this worker works a certain number of years in a certain position, they're guaranteed this amount of money for the rest of their life, okay? And so that put the responsibility of retirement solely on the employer. And of course, you know, that wasn't really beneficial. And so then they started to revamp that program, and they replaced it with a defined contribution plan in which it puts the responsibility of contributing to your retirement on the individual. Now you say, what is a defined contribution plan? It's better known as your 401ks, your TSPs, your 403bs, your 457s. And so that is considered the second stool, okay? And so the third stool is just your personal savings, like your IRAs, your outside of Social Security and employer-driven retirement benefits, okay? So going back to this stat, like a third of Americans are taking money out for their retirement accounts, being the ones that they have at their employer, because you can't get Social Security until you get a certain age. And I was like, why? Like, I couldn't understand why. So further down, it states that the top reasons are medical expenses, to prevent eviction, disaster expenses, tuition, buying a home, home repairs, and funeral expenses. And so, how that all sums up to me when I hear the reasons why people withdraw money out of their retirement savings that's intended legally and by the tax code to be used only for retirement, it's like, I feel like it's, sometimes you got to do what you got to do, and I understand that. I'm not oblivious to that, but I feel like there has to be a plan in place. And so I always say that to all of those individuals, including myself, you should have a licensed financial professional in your back pocket, on your Rolodex, in your friend list, right, on speed dial, especially when it comes to money, more specifically planning for retirement. Definitely vet them out. Definitely make sure that, number one, they're fiduciary, and number two, that they are catering to your best interest first and foremost. So that is very important. And so that kind of leads me to, okay, so you're talking about taking out of retirement, and you're talking about what retirement is, but how do I know how much I need to have? How do I know what's comfortable? Because what I always ask people when we're talking about retirement is, do you have a plan to live comfortably in retirement, right? And of course people say, oh yeah, I got a plan. And so I'm secondly asking them, so what is your number? So what's considered comfortable for you? And a lot of people are like deer in the headlights. Well, I don't know. I just figured I'd be good. But let's get some numbers. Let's get some plans so we can be sure. So that actually struck me to do some research, and I went across a website, an article produced by Fidelity, which is a well-known financial brokerage, and they did an article about how much should I save for retirement. Now, granted, what you deem as comfortable is your own determination. This is just merely suggestions, all right? So they state that by the time you're age 30, that you should have saved in your retirement savings, being your 401k and or your personal savings, IRAs or personal savings accounts. By age 30, you should have 1 times your annual income. By age 40, you should have 3 times your annual income. I keep doing it. 3 times your annual income. By age 50, you should have 6 times your annual income. By age 60, 8 times your annual income. And by 67, 10 times your annual income. And so pretty much that is the starting point, in my opinion, on what it is that you need in order to really comfortably plan for retirement. It starts with understanding your options, and it also goes to knowing where you're trying to get to and the time frame that you need to get to it in, and just executing. And so I talked a little bit about retirement savings, the different types of retirement accounts. But like I said, they're tax codes. So those employer driven accounts are actual tax codes in the Internal Revenue Code. So I'm going to let Monique talk a little bit about that aspect of retirement.
All righty, Jen, that was good stuff, girl. You was on a roll. Okay, I don't know if I can top that, but you was on a roll. Okay. So, as Jen said, it's tax codes to all of these retirement plans, right? So, the main rule is if you're 59 and a half and at least held that account for 5 years, you're eligible to withdraw your money from that account without any penalty, right? But we all get into hardships and financial difficulties, right? So we be like, all right, well, I got $5,000 in there, $7,000 in there. Let me go ahead and borrow something. You very well can borrow from that account before 59 and a half and have had the account for 5 years, but it will be a 10% tax penalty from Uncle Sam. They don't play. They want their money. It just is what it is, right? So then we say it is really important to follow that in first last out rule with Roth IRA accounts and Roth 401k plans, right? So you're not taxed on that money when it goes in, but you'll be taxed when it comes out, right? So if you are an employee working a not regular 9 to 5, and there's nothing wrong with that, I would highly suggest and encourage you to get with your HR reps to see if they offer these type of plans and accounts, right? Because we all want to live comfortably in retirement, like Jen said, right? So I remember working at my job for 10 years, and maybe 2 years into my job, I will never forget this manager that asked me, well, do you have a 401k plan? I kind of looked at her like, well, what's that? I was like only like 20 something years old, right? So I was pregnant with my youngest daughter, and I had to realize that, oh, she was dropping gems. She pretty much was telling me that this is really important. So I went on and I got the 401k plan set up. But the one thing that I did not do was I not contribute to the max that the employer was going to match dollar for dollar, right? Meaning that if I put $25 in, that the company would put $25 in of free money, right? So for working there for 10 years and not contribution up into the max so they can match, I walked away with like only $15,000, right? So then I got to my next employer after that, and I automatically was educated and knowledgeable about contributing to these type of accounts. And after 2 years, I had $7,000, right? So again, at an employer for 10 years, not contributing at the max, left with 15K. Next job, 2 years, 7K, right? So I just want you guys to be really aware and knowledgeable that this is really, really important. It's important because we don't want to work until the day we die, right? They say that if you don't plan ahead, you will be working to the day you die, right? So we want to educate you on, the importance of getting with a financial advisor, getting with someone that's educated in these areas, right? Because we all want to get to the next level and win, right? And it's good to get with somebody like us and not a 1-800 number, right? Because you can touch, feel, and smell us. You can call us anytime, right? And we'll, walk you along in the process the whole entire time. So another thing that I wanted to touch base on with, Jen said the TSP, the 403B, and the Roth 401k. If you didn't know what a TSP is, that's kind of like your thrift savings plans. You normally get that through your, if you have a federal job like a postal worker or things like that. Your 403B is normally like your school teachers. And then your Roth and your Roth IRAs, 401ks is normally, regularly through your employer. But any of them is good to have. Like, it's better to have something than nothing, right? So I also wanted to touch base a little bit about on this income quadrant, right? So the income quadrant is made up of 4 components, right? So you can either be E, an employee, B, you could be a business owner, 3, you can be self-employed, or 4, you can be an investor, right? So when you're an employee, that's literally what it is. You need to work to make money, right? And if you don't work, if you don't trade time for money, you won't make any money, right? So then you hear a lot of people say, I don't have time to do this. I don't have time to spend with my family. I just don't have no money to take trips. Do you really want to live like that long term? I know I don't. I realized that back when I was 20 something years old, that by the age of 40, I wanted to be set up where I didn't have to work a 9 to 5 no more, right? And I'll get into that a little later about, that piece, right? So then you see a lot of people that ends up becoming self-employed, right? So now they like, okay, I'm in control of that dollar. I can make my own schedule. I can work as much. I still don't really have a lot of time because you in the grind, you in the mode, you trying to get there, right? And then you have and that's normally like your hairstylist, your barbers, right? And then you'll see a hairstyle or a barber like, well, now I want to own it, right? Because again, you're trading people for money at that point. So now you have the employees working and you have more time and more freedom and you're making more money. And then the last piece is investing, which at the time that you're an employee, you should be investing into the market, right? You should be setting aside money in your 401k. You should be setting it aside in your mutual funds, stocks, bonds, anything dealing within the market, right? Because again, the whole goal is to, when you get to retirement, let's just say that age is 50, and it's no age on retirement, right? It's really about how much money you have saved, right? But let's just say now you're 50 and you might have a medical issue that's preventing you from working. It won't be an issue because you already put in the work for the 20 years and sat down with the right financial advisor and got the financial education, so you're on the right track. So my 3 tips that I leave you with is, if you are an employee currently, right, get with your HR person and sign up for a 401k. Ask them about, how much do I need to contribute to the max for y'all to match dollar for dollar, right? Because that's free money. Like, I mean, who doesn't like free money? I mean, I do. You like free money?
I know. I do.
Invest in stocks and bonds and mutual funds. And then, like I said, it's simple. And it might not seem as simple and obtainable while you're in it, but you just need to really, get with someone that has the education, that has the knowledge, and, let them guide you. We spend $25, $50, $100 on nothing. I mean, nothing. We eat that. We smoke that. We drink that. We do whatever with it, right? So, we can figure it out for you. Just let us do the work, But that's my piece for now. And back to you, Jen.
Back to me. I mean, shoot, we might as well shut this down now. I mean, Monique then wrapped it up, put a bow on it, and was like, there you go. Okay? Some important things that she discussed, obviously contributing to a 401k. Yes. If you work, so can I get in the comments, how many people are employees? If you're an employee, put an E in the comments. If you're a self-employed, put an S. If you're a business owner, put a B. If you're an investor, put an I. If you're an employee, first ask, like Monique said, if your HR department, if you have a benefits package that and that involves you contributing to a retirement benefit, like a 401k plan, please ask. Like, I done heard so many crazy things about why people don't contribute to their 401k. It's just like, it's astronomically crazy to me. I don't know about you. Have you heard some things? I'm like, it's like, this was set up as an employee for you to build your own retirement savings. If everybody that's been a worker in their life, they have a Social Security statement. And so if you haven't done this already, I want you to do this tonight. This is y'all homework. Y'all didn't know y'all was gonna have homework. This is y'all homework. I want you to go on the Social Security site and either set up an account or go into your already existing account. Print out your Social Security statement, okay? And I want you to go all the way to the last page where they have additional comments. And in one of those, I think the first additional comment they say, it says, do not rely on Social Security as your only source of retirement income. Please have some additional savings, IRAs, savings accounts, other accounts attributed to supplying your retirement income, okay? So we're telling y'all this information because we want to help. We want to help. We want to educate. We want to dispel all of those rumors and crazy talk. No offense to anybody, but we want to dispel all those rumors that we hear in the hair salons and the barbershops about contributing to retirement and how, all this other talk. Okay, we are licensed financial professionals. If you have questions about how your retirement works, ask somebody with a license, okay, and not, unfortunately, not a non-financial license. Like, ask somebody that has a financial license exactly what it is and exactly what are the benefits and what are the consequences if like if you take money out. You know what I mean? And so
or how it will help you at tax time, because I get a lot of clients that either file exempt all year, they don't know how to fill out the W-4 forms, 504 forms, they haven't been contributing, a variety of things, and then we get to tax time and want me to make miracles happen. It doesn't work like that. You have to tax plan throughout the year to get you to tax season. So that's key. That's really important.
Absolutely. And not only are there tax benefits to being an employee and saving for retirement, there are tax benefits to being an employer and having a retirement plan for your employees. There's tax benefits to that as well. It's just about taking accountability for where you are in your financial life and being real about where you are. And it's okay. I'm not perfect. Monique's not perfect. We all have made financial mistakes, and we're financial people. And we've made not the smartest decisions with money. But it's about being accountable and realizing that you want to do better and you can do better, y'all. Like, y'all, we can do better. Just because, maybe our grandmothers and our parents and our ancestors didn't know any better, they did the best with what they had. And what I always remember is to be better than your parents.
Yes.
And so even though our parents maybe had access to the information, they didn't know that they needed the information. And so now we, coming up in our generation, we know how important it is and we know how to access it. So my only question to you is, if you haven't gotten any kind of plan started, whether it's for your retirement or just to be able to get your finances on track, my question is, what are you waiting for? There's no Superman. There's no special force that's gonna come and wipe all of your financial issues away. I'm sorry to tell you that. It's the truth. You made some decisions, and now you have to do the work to get out of them. You have anything else to say?
I mean, ultimately, just to say, we got to get serious. We got to get serious about finances as a whole. It's not a game, like I said, unless you just really want to be working until the day you die. You don't want to leave any generational wealth to your kids, especially if you have younger kids. I feel like that's very, very important. Like, if we was to leave this earth the day of tomorrow, we should want a better life for our kids, or your kids to still, keep going, right? So, I just say we just got to get with the program. It's the education has been out there, but I know we have been misinformed, not educated at all. But we're trying to get ahead in this financial game. And like I said, I've been in the financial industry for a very, very long time, but always felt like I didn't know enough, right? I knew it was something greater that I needed to educate myself on. And I'll repeat and say, I knew that I needed to get on top of this so I can spread the word and use my voice to speak to people, because people look up to me. I've, like I said, always been the go-to person. They believe in me. So if I believe in myself and believe it, we can do better, then I want everybody to know about it. I want everybody to get the same information, and we all going to win together. So you got to make that decision and that commitment to get your financial house in order.
Absolutely. And just so backtrack. I do this, like I said in the beginning. My passion is to make a global impact, and I'm starting right here in my community. And guess what? We sometimes we gotta have those hard conversations. I know it's so funny. I know sometimes I post so much about personal finance. When people see me, they already have a scripted answer. Just like, you know, I guess they think I'm just gonna come up and pop up and ask them a question or something. And I'm like, yo, I just wanted to say hi. Like, why you running away? You know, and so, and you know what? It's being in this position as licensed professionals. It's not easy, which can show you that this is a labor of love. You know, this is what we love to do. This is something that we would do even if we wasn't getting paid for it. You know what I mean? This is something that we would do because it's that important to us. And so, did you have any last comments or anything?
Last thing, I know in 20 years you want to be a millionaire. Let's start today, not tomorrow. Today. If you're a 30-year-old, 20-year-old, I mean, you know, I'm so proud of my daughter. I hate to get personal, but I need to say this, though. You know, she understood the importance of, you know, being financially independent and being a millionaire by the time she's 40. She instantly was like, yeah, Ma, I want to do this. But what do I need to do? You know, she's a business owner. She goes to school. She works. But she immediately jumped on it. So we got to spread the word to the young generation, too, to get them on board. You don't want to be working till you 60, 70 years old. That's not the way to go. And when you do decide to retire, you want to be traveling the world, you know, just living life. And if you don't want to travel per se, but just not worrying about money. So, you know, the more people that, you know, hear the message, especially the young people, we got to get through to these young people or even the older people. I mean, because again, you might have missed some markers along the way, and that's fine. It doesn't matter where you start. You just need to start.
Absolutely. And shout out because there are a lot of organizations who are on the same mission as we are. Like my daughter, my middle child, my youngest daughter got a summer job this summer. She's working currently this summer. And they actually have a separate webinar that they have every week to these workers of the job program where they teach them about financial literacy. And I thought that's amazing. I wish when I was growing up, they had something like that to teach us how to manage our money, to teach us about credit, to teach us about all of that, even when we're too young to have any, you know, to really do anything about it, but just getting the knowledge so that, you know, you have it when you're young, you use it when you're older. I just think that's amazing. So shout out to those organizations and those other people who are on that mission of helping people become financially literate. I know it's like a cliche now.
Yeah,
I feel like everybody say that, so I tried to say it differently, but shout out to those people who are genuinely have a care and a mission to help people become financially educated. So it looks like that's our time. And so we're going to wrap this thing up. And like I said, this is the first of many discussions. If you have any, I guess, discussions that you would like to talk about, I'm not making any guarantees, but definitely let us know and we'll see what we can do. You know, we'll sync our calendars together and see what we can do. All right. So again, my name is Jen.
And I'm Monique.
And we are Gems to Money. Y'all have a
good night.
Great night. All right. Stay positive. Stay productive. And we'll see y'all the next time, right?
Yep. And last thing to leave you with, follow us on Facebook and Instagram. My Facebook is Monique Anderson, and my Instagram is Miravan Tax Prep Services LLC. I know that's kind of long, but we're on it. And Jen, what's yours?
Go ahead, plug. Okay. I'm usually with the plug. Okay, go ahead. Y'all can follow me, of course, on this page, JMJ Services on Facebook, Services JMJ on Instagram. And those who follow me personally, you know how to reach me. All right. So y'all be good,
Be safe.
and we will see y'all on the next one.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye. Woo!